So, I want to thank YouTube for providing me with 1.2 million people who have embraced my little running tutorial, which was the 3-minute fix your form video. And I have another tip for you. And this is extremely powerful. This is something that is rarely spoke of and is one of the most difficult things to correct when you're trying to improve your running mechanics. And I have a little bit of a story I can share with you that might be entertaining, maybe not for you, but I'm going to share it anyway. Some 20 some odd years ago, I was working with an autistic kid that was having a lot of trouble just walking straight. His mother brought him to me with hopes that I could help him to walk straight and not look so funny when he was trying to walk. He was all over the place when he walked. And he had a little bit of a tic where he would move his hands around and when he was walking, and people would get caught up on this and give him all kinds of grief over it. And so her goal was for me to help him to walk without all these little nuances that he generated. It turned out that with a little bit of time, I was actually able to help him not just walk straight, but to begin running effectively. And one of the things that I struggled with his running mechanics was what to do with his hands, what to do with his arm swing. Arm swing is critically important in your running mechanics. And again, I'm going to say it one more time, probably the most difficult thing to correct for most people. And so I found a very interesting little trick that I just pulled out the other day to use with one of my elite running clients, track athlete, because her arms would wander when she ran, crossing her body, a lot of rotation in the shoulders, which it manifests into rotation in the hips. And appreciate that running is nothing more than taking flight and returning to earth. And if you got a lot of rotation in your upper body when you're in flight, when you make ground contact, all bets are off. You could cross midline with your foot, which is causing lateral instability. And it really does play havoc in your ability to get force production off the ground. So getting back to my little autistic friend, I needed to do something to occupy his hands so that he was able to focus on his running and not have all these interruptions with his gait pattern. So I created these little sticks. I took them out of a longer dowel that I use. I call it my talking stick, which I use to point out things while people are running. And I carved these little dudes up and I painted them green so that they had a little bit more utilitarian purpose, seeming like they were, made to do something. And all we did was have him hold these sticks in his hands as he would run. And the idea being to get him to stop crossing his body, or forget him, let's just talk about all the runners I work with. If I can give them purpose with their hands, give them some kinesthetic awareness, then we can focus on getting a correct arm swing, which is to draw your hand back and draw your hand forward. So it's really more of an articulation from the shoulder rather than from the elbow. And so these give you kinesthetic awareness. These little dudes, put them in your hands, and it will help you to be reminded of correcting your running mechanics. I'm telling you, I've had people, I'm on my chase bike next to them while they're running, and all I'm doing is bitching about their arm swing. They're swinging their arms across their body, a lot of rotations going on. And I'm like, touch your hips, swing your arms towards your hips. And then they correct it for a minute or so, and then 2 minutes later, they start screwing it up again. Put these in their hands, and lo and behold, it automatically begins to remind you of where your hands need to be and where your elbow needs to be, and it keeps you from crossing your body. Simple little trick. I should have had these marketed, quite frankly. I could have put my signature on it, made them out of plastic or something like that. Maybe put a little jingle in them so that it just constantly reminds you. But at the end of the day, these two little sticks will help you to correct erroneous arm swing. And that erroneous arm swing is responsible for lateral stability corruption. You start finding that you're landing on the outside edge of your foot's crossing your midline, and you know it's a power leak. It's really getting in front of your ability to generate good force off the ground. Try this, reach out to me, let me know what you think about it, and quite frankly, I don't ever do this, but I'm going to do it today. If you like what I'm sharing with you, subscribe to my channel and drop me a message. If there's something in particular that you would like me to discuss or talk about, reach out to me and I'm happy to do it for you.